ways or in 3 dimensions. If you didn't understand this, I'm sorry you didn't understand this whole Christian life. It took me years to understand this. When you read Luke 11:1, it tells us the first approach. It says when you want to pray, you start by saying, Our Father. So the first way we approach God in prayer is approaching God as Father. And the purpose of approaching God in prayer as Father is for fellowship and communion. This is what people get, and they say that they don't understand why people should be praying with energy and all these things. It's useless. When you are praying, make sure you are quiet, silent before God. There is a place for that when you are dealing with God as a Father. In the same Luke 11, when you read that word, you will see that there was a parable that was given about a man whose friend visited him at an odd time. And when he checked his house, there was no food. Then he realized he has another friend. He went there at 12 midnight with a certain level of faith, because the guy is sleeping, his children are sleeping, and he goes to knock the door persistently, shamelessly. And his friend came out and says, I want bread, 3 loaves from you to give to another friend. It begins to teach us the second way of dealing with God in prayer. We pray to God in the second dimension as a friend. And the purpose of relating to God in prayer as a friend is for intercession. Intercession is going to God to relate with him as a friend, to take something from him for a friend. Which is why the 3 loaves he took was not for him, but was for his friend. That's the power of intercession. In intercession, we go to our friend to take something from our friend for our friend. We call that intercession. Then we come to the 3rd level of prayer, which is in Luke 18. Which says, he spake this parable to this end, that men always ought to pray and not faint. The next verse, he uses a widow who went to an unjust judge, for the unjust judge to look at a case that was handled unjustly against her. And the unjust judge did not give her attention until she persistently brought her case, until she wearied the lawyer, the judge, and the judge ruled the case for her. This is why you come to God in prayer as a judge. So these are 3 levels. As a father, relating to God in prayer is for communion and fellowship. As a friend, relating to God in prayer is for intercession. As a judge, relating to God in prayer is to plead a case of something happening in your life that is not just, and you are presenting your argument why your case must be settled. When it comes to this one, many Christians run away. The woman went persistently pleading a case, that a case is going on in my life, something has been done unjustly. Demons can take something from your life when Christ gave it to you, and you have to go to God as a judge. Hear me carefully. When you go to God as a judge in prayer, you don't relate to him as a father. No matter how loving a father is, if he happens to be a judge and is in court, he does not look at you as a son. You see, this is what Christians have not gotten. For example, if I am a son of my father, Reverend Papo, who is a judge, and I happen to be a lawyer. I'm a lawyer, Isaac Love Papo. My father is a judge, Moses Papo. And I have a case, and I go to my father, who's the judge, and the case doesn't go in my favor. My father will not say, because I'm his son, he will rule the case for me. It does not work that way. Once the judge rules a case from an emotional perspective, or says that I am making you win this case because you are crying, it will make him an unjust judge, and he will not be fit to be on the throne as a judge. Which is why some people can bring cases, it will not be settled, and they think God is unfaithful. When it comes to dealing with God in court cases, it is evidence that rules.